Welcome back, and we have a great guest with us today, and that is Alderperson Dominic Ruffalo from District Number 16 in the city of Kenosha.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming down, Dominic. We appreciate it. Okay, so maybe for those who don't know what an alderperson does, what does an alderperson do?
Alderperson basically runs the city of Kenosha. There's 17 of us. We vote on issues. The mayor only has a vote if it's a tie. So a lot of issues come up, and there's resolutions that come up and amendments to resolutions that we all vote on, and we run the city. We get elected from the people who live in our district. So we represent the people in our district with our votes. So.
Now, when you mean resolutions, for those who don't know, what is a resolution?
A resolution could be a parking resolution. I have a resolution coming up myself to declare September National Recovery Month for people who are addicted.
Oh.
So we make resolutions or ordinances we want to change. There's a lot of ordinances on the books that sometimes they don't make a lot of sense because they've been on the books for years. And we have to tweak them and make them more palatable for 2025.
Great. Maybe for those who don't know what an ordinance is, what is an ordinance?
An ordinance is a law that the city follows. That like a building inspection law that like tall grass. If it's 8 inches or more, somebody complains about it. There's an ordinance on the book that says that the city comes out, gives you a week to cut it. If you don't cut it, they'll send somebody out and cut it and put it on your tax bill.
Okay.
So that's but you could change the length of that grass height if you wanted to, but that seems to be that particular ordinance is good. So.
Great. Now, how long have you been an alderman?
I've been an alderman 8 years, almost 8 years. So
wow.
I enjoy it. So.
Well, back that 8 years ago, what made you decide to run for an alderperson?
Because I thought it could make a difference.
Okay.
And I think I have. It's every 2 years there's an election. So I've had somebody run against me a couple different times, but I beat them handily both times. So.
When you said make a difference, what differences have you made in the?
I think I made a lot of differences. For my constituents, I brought a lot of businesses in, helped bring a lot of business in. I have the whole Interstate I-94 from the Broad Stop to Highway 142. So that whole U-line, businesses, warehouses, Amazon's warehouses, and other subdivisions. I go out all the way out to MB. I got all of Strawberry Creek. So I got the biggest area. Everybody has about 7,000 people, but my area is a bit the busiest with the amount of growth that I have in vacant land.
That's what I was going to say. So you talked about your constituents. Alderpersons get calls from their constituents.
Yep.
What do they call you about?
Complaints about grass, complaints about taxes, complaints about garbage. Sometimes they just want to vent, and sometimes they have a complaint about the casino.
Oh, that's right. And maybe for those who don't know about the casino, let's hear.
Well, the casino's in my district.
That's right.
It's proposed to go on the west frontage road and 60th Street or Highway K.
Okay.
The Menominee tribe is a Wisconsin tribe, so the Wisconsin law says if you have a gaming casino, it has to be an Indian gaming casino, and it has to be a Native American tribe. So that's where the Menominee comes in. But Hard Rock, when I want to build a Hard Rock, they're going to team up with Hard Rock, which is a Seminole out of Florida tribe. They want to build a Hard Rock casino on that land. So had some, the farther you are from that casino, the more you like it. So my district is encompassed by that casino. So many people don't want it, and some people do want it. It'll benefit the city according to the statistics that they gave us. So But I did vote no on the casino
Okay.
because my constituents don't want it. So I have to. They elect me, so I have to represent them. So.
And that's got to be kind of tough when like something like that comes
Very.
up, because some people like it, some people
It's
don't.
very,
So where do you,
very,
let your vote
very
go?
difficult.
Yeah.
That vote was tough. But they didn't want it, especially the people in Strawberry Creek. They thought their property taxes would go down, would be affect their value of their houses would be affected. I don't know if they will be, but they were the most verbal against it. So I represent them. They're to the west of the proposed casino.
Yeah, that is kind of tough, because if your district where it's going to be
Right,
happening is
right.
saying no,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then the overall
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are saying
If you live in one of the districts down by the lake, you say, man, that casino's a doggone good idea. But if your neighbors do it, maybe not. So
okay, and that's just
that's just the way it goes.
No.
So it's still in the Bureau of Indian Affairs' hand to look at it, and then after that, it goes to the governor, and the governor has the final approval of it. So.
What would you say timeline? A couple of years?
I think within a year.
Within a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mr. Evers is not running for re-election, so I don't know if they'll try to get that through while he's still in office. So
Okay.
I don't know.
But you're right. Your district area is a lot of growth. I
Oh,
mean,
my God.
back then, 10, 15
Right.
years ago, I mean, just with Amazon
Yep.
and Uline is just, and good for the community,
Yeah.
because now you got job growth
Yeah,
in there. 'Cause
right.
that was a problem in '08, where
Right.
it's like, jobs were an issue.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of
Yep.
lower down on the totem pole. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
great. Is there? Let's talk about the Common Council. So,
Yeah.
what is the Common Council?
The Common Council is a group of 17 alderpersons,
Okay.
and I'm number 16 of them. There's 17 of us that vote. We have meetings every other Monday. That's open to the public. All of our meetings are open to the public and been published in libraries and the Times and what's on the docket for that night. And there's always citizens' comments if they want to say something. Last night we had our meeting and we had a couple of people talk. We give them 5 minutes and they could talk about basically anything that's pertinent,
Right.
Yeah, but somebody talked about the homeless situation last night, and how come the city's not doing more for the homeless people and whatever. But everybody has a right and everybody has a voice, so we have to have that avenue for them to state their case. So
Okay.
that's real important.
Let's talk about those like homelessness and issues. Is there any issues in your district that you see that needs to be addressed or improved or anything like that?
I did get a call about somebody living, a group of people living in the woods near Woodman's. The car dealer called me. Rosen Hyundai called me, and I went out there and I could see a path going through the woods, and had problems there last year where they set up a camp for the summer.
Huh.
And I walked back there as far as I could, and I could see that there was people so I got a hold of the Public Works, but that's part of a park, so the police department got involved, the Parks Department got involved, and Public Works got involved, and they ended up taking care of that. So
That's great, because not only alderperson, you represent the city, but you're also liaison to different departments. If
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a problem,
Right.
you know which department to contact or
Right.
where to go.
and it takes you a little time to know all the departments and who to go to.
Right.
At first, your first 2 years, you're kind of
Figured it out.
you're figuring it out. So you're doing a good job, but you don't quite know the easiest way to handle situations. So
that's great that you've been here
Right.
6 years. So it's like
yeah.
that way. It's like, okay, when
Right.
something comes up, you kind of know what avenue to take.
yeah,
to go
and
from there.
I lived in Kenosha my whole life. So
Yeah.
I was born and raised here. So
Well, so what changes have you seen over the
Oh my
years
God.
being
So,
living?
well, since I was a kid, Highway 31 was like,
That was it.
it was like nowhere's land, You live you live west of 31, holy cow. But now, now the center of the city is probably the Highway 31, so.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of improvements throughout the city. I think there's this Kin district that's going
Yes,
on.
yes.
What's your thoughts on
That's
that?
my favorite thing we got going. That's where the old Chrysler property used to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
American Motors, Jeffrey Bicycle Company was there. So it's a rich history of employment. There's a high school that's going to open up there this year, and the Innovation Center is going to have an open house in September. So the Innovation Center is built for startup companies or companies that have an existence in Kenosha Racine area that want to work on something private, maybe like let's just say Johnson's Wax is working on a different bug repellent, and they want it kind of kept secret until they could actually come to fruition. So they would rent some space, and they would have a couple of people in their office to work on that particular project. Or if somebody wants to have a startup company and they need some space, and they could rent some space out to that, right inside of that Innovation Center. So that.
Well, that's great that it was things going in there rather than just an empty
Right.
abandoned building.
It's a beautiful
So-
building. We're going to have a banks going in there.
Oh.
They already announced that last week. So they're to be the first tenant in that 108-acre property. There are going to be some duplexes across the street on 30th Avenue, and they're going to have some housing inside of the actual property. It's going to have some apartments. Could be some bike trails.
wow.
Yeah, and so on and so forth. So that's we're trying to keep the youth in Kenosha after they graduate, if they go to college or if they have a career of any kind of career. We want people to stay in Kenosha, not get a college education, for an example, then leave Kenosha to go to Milwaukee or to go to Chicago for employment. We want to keep them. We like to keep them here. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's growing. There's a lot of opportunities, and it's a great place to live.
There's amazing amount of interest in the city of Kenosha to come, either to live or to have some kind of business. We have Lake Michigan on one side of it for recreation, and we have I-94 on the other side of it for transportation to and from. We live right between Chicago and Milwaukee, which is that corridor is a real busy corridor. So.
Yeah. Even the downtown area is really expanded too.
The downtown is booming. They're building a 5-story apartment building right now on 56th Street. After that, they're going to build a 10-story apartment building downtown. So, eventually we'll get a new city hall out of the deal, and then. So yeah, new city hall is supposed to happen on 56th Street and Sheridan Road, where the old jail used to be. So that got torn down. That's available for the new city hall sometime in the future. So.
Okay, that would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, because the one we got is old, and it's settling. I think it was Gateway. I think once upon a time.
Right. Yeah, no. And then when that moves, who knows what they can put in that?
Yeah, they're right. They want to build a park. They want to build some parkland there, and but there's a lot of things happening in Kenosha. So yeah.
You also all alderpersons sit on a committee or
Right.
committees, commissions. What do you sit on?
Wow. Well, I'm the chairman of the water utility. I sit on the water utility. I am vice chairman of licensing and permits committee. I am vice chair of public works, and I sit on the stormwater committee. I also am on city plan commission, so I'm real involved. So.
Well, that's great. Because, well, those who don't know about public works, what is public works?
Public works is garbage pickup, snow plows, easement stuff, stuff like that. So it covers a lot.
What about road construction? We see in
That-
summer a lot of road construction.
Yep, that's part of Public Works, yeah. Our construction season is short, so we have to get it and we have to put it out for bids, and once the big bids come back, we start in the spring and end up in late fall. So sometimes it pushes even into winter, depending on the project and the availability of manpower to complete that project. So. But we always get a progress report bi-weekly to see how they're doing. So if they're running behind, the committee will look at that and say, oh, well, how come they're so far behind? Sometimes we have to give it to the lowest bidder, and sometimes the lowest bidder is really spread out. They take the job, but they have a job in Racine, they have a job in Oak Creek, so the manpower is less.
I see. As far as, you talked about also with the snow plowing, is that sometimes we've been having light winters, so it's like,
Right.
how often does the committees meet? Is it once a month? Or?
We meet every other week.
Oh, every other week?
Every other week
Wow.
on committee meetings, and every other week on all of them.
See,
Yeah.
that's good, because at least we know that, residents, that things are moving,
Right.
or you're meeting, and
Right.
the lines of communication
Yes.
are there as
Oh, yes.
well with that, so, okay.
That's interesting.
The Greyhound, in your district, the Greyhound Park, is that where the casino's going, or what's going on?
No, that was the plan once upon a time. The
Okay.
casino was supposed to own that property.
Right.
That still is owned by the casino tribe out of Milwaukee. Potawatomi owns that land. They own that land, but they're developing it. They have all, that's where the dog track used to be. That was voted on to have a casino in there, but the governor didn't want it, so it didn't happen. So they have manufacturing in there. They have they're going to build some offices, and they're going to build some apartment buildings into that project. They have all the roads through already, so they're really doing a good job. But it's a branch of the Potawatomi that develops land, and they have real estate arm of their casino business. So
Okay.
that's who owns that land. But they do pay taxes. So
Okay.
that was one of my big concerns when they were going into that they had sovereign immunity, but they do not have sovereign immunity, so they do pay taxes. So.
Okay. Well, good. Let's see, we're winding down here. Okay, so your district, you've done a great job with your district, business-wise, residential-wise, the growth of it.
Yeah.
But now you get calls, but what about yourself? What do you see that, hey, you walk outside and you say, what I'd like to improve in the district?
I want a library.
Very good.
At least there is no library. This is the furthest one west on 38th Avenue. There is none, no other library further west than this, and that's where most of the population. I'd like to see a library someplace. We also need a public works building out west. We could have a satellite police and fire. Let's take Public Works for an example. Their office is like on 67th and 35th area. That's where the snowplows have to go all the way out to my district. If we had a Public Works building further west, they could take care of it in a more timely basis. So that's I've been fighting that ever since I got elected. So
I'm behind you on that. The more I think about it, and it's unfortunate because it's like the residential is really booming out there.
And the population has shifted, and their resources are still in the same spot. So we have to be where the people have moved to, and we're not.
So something like that, does it need to get on the council agenda? Where do you start?
It's budgeted. If the casino happens, they're going to give us some money to build that. So
okay.
so that's one of the perks of that's one of the pluses.
Yeah.
We have even the police station now, like on 56th and 10th, by the courthouse. They're looking at even where's their best location to be. Is it still there, or is it further west? But we need some kind of satellite police and fire station out further west. There is a fire station out by the airport, that takes care of my district now, but we need one further west, I think. So, and especially some police presence further west.
Okay. I'm, like I said, I'm behind you on that one. Okay, so then I usually end it with the last question that I talk to all the alderpersons. Why should someone come and visit and or live in the city of Kenosha?
We have a lot going for us. We have good resources. We have a good park system. Our lakefront is amazing because most of it's parks. Most communities have a little park land on the lake, but nothing. Ours is almost all open to public, and we have great parks, great county parks, and we live so close to I-94. Between Chicago and Milwaukee is an easy commute, or you could take the train, take the metro. It goes right to Chicago.
Yeah.
Last stop is downtown Chicago, so if you want to spend some time there, it's right there for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Alderperson Dominic Ruffalo from District Number 16, thank you so much for talking with us. It was a great conversation, and thank you so much for talking with us.
No, thank you very much. Thank you.
All
Thank you
right,
for your
thanks, sir.
time.
All right,
Thank you.